Lilano mome, Lilano, jastani rano prizori, jastani rano prizori, libeto si pregrni. Lilano mome, Lilano, jastani rano prizori, jastani rano prizori, libeto si pregrni.
Good morning, lovely people! Welcome to another video on the channel Shevica, the channel that explores the Bulgarian treasures, and we travel together, we cook together, I'm telling you stories about Bulgaria and many more things. And today we're on a short trip and we rent an electric car in Bulgaria. First, let me explain what was our initial plan and how we actually came up with the decision to travel with an electric car. On the first place, we were planning to go on a very long trip, only by foot in the mountains, to have basically around 20 to 30 kilometers per day walking in the mountains on different roads. And what exactly we were planning was to travel from mountain to mountain and to go through 5 mountains in Bulgaria. Unfortunately, we don't have physically the time for these 5 mountains because the time to walk through the whole road is approximately 14 days. And we have only 1 week off from work. And at the end we decided to skip it, to make it only through halfway. And a few days ago our car was broken and we couldn't travel. So we decided to change our route and our plans. And at the end we came up that we need a more relaxed vacation. We started our year with a lot of new decisions, plans made, new work, new city to live, and at the end we need a week off where we don't do anything. We need our rest. So at the end we decided to make a reservation in a spa hotel, then to travel a little bit further, but then when our car was, well, broken, we were looking for backup plans. First one was traveling by bus, but then to our second destination there was no travel mean. There was no way to travel till there. So at the end we decided, okay, let's rent a car. But if you want to rent a normal car, it's approximately like 100 levels per day, and of course you have to charge it with the fuel, and it's quite expensive. While in Sofia there is this opportunity to rent an electric car by Spark. It's, when you calculate everything, it's like around 3 times cheaper. And we decided, okay, why not to experiment, why not to try it? And what we rented is actually this one, Volkswagen Up. Of course, this is not the biggest battery they have. They have a lot of diversity of cars like Hyundai, Opel, Peugeot and others. But we decided that we are not going that further, not that far away from Sofia, and also you have the opportunity to travel outside of Sofia with these cars. And I would say on our road there are a lot of charging stations, so we decided to experiment and to rent one, and it's hell of adventure, I would say. Later on I will explain how actually the whole system of Spark works. But for now, I would say it's very funny, it's interesting to see how these cars work. Later on I'm planning also to drive, because I'm curious to drive outside of the city. I've been driving in Sofia. And yeah, that's it for now. Charged the car to 90% and we're heading to our first destination, which is Bansko. Bansko is very known, especially from international people and Bulgarians, of course, because this is a touristic place for the winter, because there is a ski resort and the area there is very well known for its spa and ski opportunities. But in the summer it's also perfect because there are a lot of mineral pools. So we decided to have a spa short vacation there for 3 nights, where we also have the opportunity to charge our car. Where exactly we are located, in a hotel with a lot of spa opportunities, as I said, outside of Bansko. It's not really at the city center, but outside in the outskirts. And what we are planning basically there is just to chill, sunbathing, enjoying the good weather, and afterwards, for the second part of our vacation, we're going for some sightseeing in the small villages to the Rhodope mountains. Is it Rhodope or Rioa? Pirin? So in the Pirin mountain. Yeah, overall that's the plan for our vacation. Yeah. Well, we arrived in Bansko. This is the second time I'm here. Very lovely city. It's full with hotels, villas and every type of accommodation you can think of. There are also a lot of restaurants, typical taverns for Bulgaria. We try to charge our car. Very important to mention, when you rent a Spark car, there are 2 ways to charge it. First one is at some gas stations. You just plug out the charger, plug it in your car and start charging. The other way is you have to call and they need to give you access to the charging station. They turn it on, give like permission to this specific car to charge it there, and you can start charging. However, we had problem with the charging station because it was kind of empty with energy. We tried for at least 30 minutes to plug it in, out. The team, the customer support assisted us, but unfortunately we couldn't manage. And we had enough energy basically to charge it somewhere else. So what we decided is we're gonna have lunch because we're starving, and then we're going back the same direction because the hotel we reserved, it's a little bit like in the outskirts of Bansko, so we have to go back. But it's like, I don't know, 5 kilometers away. It's very close, and we have around 150 kilometers in our car. So we ordered some vegetarian burgers because we don't eat meat, which is very specific as well. The place is very small and sweet. I love such places. And it's not that expensive, I would say. The burger is around 4.50, 5 euros, depends what you order. They're also more expensive as well. But this one, I'm curious to see how it will look like. Also, you get some French fries, and afterwards we're taking it for home. We're going back to a gas station where there is a charging station. We know it's working because earlier we saw another Spark car there. And afterwards we are going to the hotel. Also very funny part, there was a specific shop for different accessories for phones and cameras as well, and this is the first time I see such a store with the sign of GoPro, which it is not very typical to have such camera in Bulgaria, which means that they have accessories for GoPro. And because I'm looking for Endure batteries, I just decided to go inside and check out their prices. And at the moment the guy from the store saw me, he started speaking in English and offered me different accessories for GoPro camera because I was holding the GoPro in my hand. And I said, oh, no worries, you can speak in Bulgarian as well. And he was like, oh, you're Bulgarians, you don't look like Bulgarians. Oh, is that a compliment or no? I don't know. So yeah, very often, because I have bright hair, blue eyes, they often mistake me for Russian or somebody from East parts, but not Bulgarian. That's very interesting. So yeah, that's it. We're charging the car right now, and we'll wait a few more minutes to be around at least 80% full battery. And after this we're driving to the hotel, and I cannot wait to go to the pool, get some sun on my skin and enjoy the travel. Good morning from our vacation with electric car. Today we decided to have a short walk around Bansko in different small villages, and our first stop was in Yakoruda. This is a non-touristic place. It's full only with houses and basically people with only locals live here, not a lot of people. And also we found a new friend. Say hello to the camera. He's very friendly. And yeah, it's extremely beautiful small town in my opinion, because you're surrounded by the mountains, and from everywhere you can see different hills and peaks and forest, a lot of green around you. As I mentioned, it's full only with houses, extremely beautiful. Some of them are very old, and you can see that nobody lives there, but you can also see houses that are renovated with extremely beautiful gardens with a lot of flowers, home production as tomatoes, for example. Very beautiful. And you won't see a lot of people here. There are some like bars, cafes, you can see that they're not like the highest quality production, let's say. But it's very charming. It's lovely. And oh, okay, whatever. And it's such peaceful mindfulness here. People are very calm, friendly, they're smiling, and also this affects your feeling, your atmosphere, like personal vibe, let's say. I really love such small places. And yeah, we decided just to have a little break, chill on some benches, enjoy the weather because it's very good one, and afterwards we continue to the next village. And why we decided to do it? Initially we wanted to visit only one city, that is called Razlog, but then our charging was very specific, very unique yesterday, and we had to turn on somehow the car in order to charge it. We couldn't just lock it and leave it for charging. Our 12-volt battery was at very low mode, I would say. So we had to charge it while driving, and we decided to take a further destination in order to charge the accumulator. And yeah, so this is a bonus for us. We're gonna visit more places and do something helpful for the car as well. So we're gonna have some moments here, and afterwards we're driving to our second destination for the day. So, a short update from us. We decided to visit another charming small village, but on our way to the village we saw that there was like a extremely big traffic jam, and we were wondering what was happening because we also saw on Google Maps and Waze, another very useful app when traveling in Bulgaria, that there was like a red line of extremely big traffic jam, and we were wondering what it is. Is it like somebody is on the road? Was there like a catastrophe, or what was it? And we discovered that there was like a fair, small village fair, which is very typical for the small villages in the summer. They're celebrating different occasions. At some villages they are celebrating either like the cherry day, or there is like garlic holiday, like any vegetable or fruit you can think of. Also animals like the lamb, or it's something else. And for this region, apparently, because we saw a lot of Muslims, this is probably a place where Muslim people are gathering, because we also heard authentic Turkish music. And I was extremely curious to see how dancers are basically performing from this culture, but it was so busy, and we see like hundreds, probably thousands of cars here, and I cannot think of how many people there are as well, and how loud the music is, and it was chaos. So it's not really our type of party, our type cup of tea. So we decided just to turn back and go back to another village. So yeah, more or less, maybe another time I will film what exactly a fair is in Bulgaria, because it's very interesting. A lot of people are selling their goods, food or products, like everything you can think of. And yeah, more or less that's it. And let's go to our next destination. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Razlog, another small and charming city in Bulgaria. Unfortunately, because the time flies, and we decided just to grab pizza and eat it at the charging station for the electric cars. We had just like very quick walk. What I saw was very beautiful parks, a lot of green space. I will definitely come back here another time just to have spend more time here, because I think it's worth it to see more from the town, and I'm very happy what I saw. Здравейте, lovely people! In this part of the video, I will tell you more about what Spark is, why we decided to rent them, and how exactly the system with Spark works. But about yesterday, first to finish the day, we just grabbed the lunch, the pizza. We had the lunch at the gas station where there is a charging station for electric cars, and we filled the car to 100% with battery, because the third day of our stay here, our last day, we decided just to have chill around the pool, not to travel anywhere, because the next day we're going to our second destination of this trip. Also because when we rented the car, we rented for a limited type of time and also for limited kilometers to drive with it. But more about it I will tell you just in a second. So what is Spark? You know, when you go to another country, you would love to rent a car, and usually they have cars either at the airport or they have specific companies for that. In Bulgaria, there is this company called Spark. They own different classes, different types of electric cars, and you have the opportunity either to rent them for a short period of time or for a long period of time. What they have in their range is Volkswagen, Skoda, Hyundai, Peugeot, Opel, and maybe other cars as well. And for this trip we decided to rent Volkswagen up. And how exactly the whole system works is basically like this. So let's open the app, and from here you can see that based on your location the app is recognizing you where you are basically. Since we are outside of Sofia and the Spark cars are only available in Sofia and Plovdiv for renting, that's why you cannot see anything around me. But when you go to Sofia, you can see that there are more than 350 cars that are Spark, and also a little bit further in Sofia there are 60 cars. Well, let's check in Sofia. When you enter the city, you can see where exactly they are located. And for example, let's say, okay, I would like to check out this one. And when you open it, you can see also which car is, the battery level, where exactly is located, how further you are from it based on meters, and how much it will charge you. In this case, I'm paying by bank account, by my Visa card, and also they have sponsorship with Visa. So there is sometimes like a discount. For example, if you're paying with Visa, you receive extra points that you can use in the future, and I will tell you more about it. And for example, when you would like to reserve the car, you can click on it, and basically now I reserved it. So I'm canceling this now. And from there you can also follow the path, the road that takes you to the car, and unlock it with your phone. This is more about the short-term renting, but when it comes to long-term renting, there are other prices. You rent the car for a specific amount of time, and as there is a summer promotion right now, you can rent it for a specific amount of money, and then you receive specific amount of kilometers to drive with it. If you go beyond these kilometers, you have to pay extra. And what is the positive thing about renting an electric car is because when you have to charge the car, it can be totally for free for you. And in this case, when you go to the charging part of the app, you can see where all L-Drive charging stations are located, and from there you can see if it's either fast charging or slow charging. The fast one is DC and the slow charge is AC. And as I mentioned earlier, there are two types of charging. First, you just go there, you plug out the charger, put it in your car, and then you click start on the charging station. You do your job, charge it until how many % you would like, and afterwards you just leave. The second option is, as we faced it during our adventure, you have to call first the L-Drive contact customer support number, and they will unlock the charging station for you, but you have to tell that you're with Spark Car, because otherwise you will be charged for that. Also from here you can see how many charging stations there are around Bulgaria, and as we did, you can see that from Sofia till Bansko, which is here, that there are more than enough charging stations to charge your car. Doesn't matter how big the battery is. Of course, you can charge it at other stations, but you have to pay it for yourself. So how exactly does the payment works? Is that you put your bank account within the app, within the platform, and from there it automatically takes from your card. Something that is very interesting, that the very first time when you register yourself, you have to put 50 levels, and the software, the platform takes it as a voucher, and basically you don't need to pay extra from your bank account. They're just like your wallet there inside the platform, and you can pay with them. At the beginning, when you rent the car for the short period of time, you have a starting sum, and from there it starts to grow. And also, why we chose to actually drive electric car when in Bulgaria the electric charging stations are not that well developed as in America, for example. Well, first because we were curious, and on the second place, when we calculated how much it will be when renting a normal car, for example, like Renault Clio, at the end, the price was too expensive, it was too high, and we decided it's not worth it. And here, for 7 days, with 700 kilometers, we're gonna pay 300 levels. if we don't exceed the kilometers, of course, which is 150 euros. However, if we decided to rent a normal car, then you have a deposit, then it's around 100 levels per day, which from here it's already 500 euros, more or less, give it or take. So we decided it's not worthy. Also, there are more than enough charging stations for us, even though we're with such battery that it won't take so much, it won't take us further that fast. Also, we had to be careful on the highway because the battery is not that big for this car, and well, we couldn't drive more than 100 kilometers, sorry. So when there was a hill and we were going down the hill, it was very funny because at the same time the battery was charging, but when there was a hill that we had to go up, then I was very frightened to hit the gas. But you have to learn because this is the future. And I was very curious, and I still have to learn how exactly to drive because it is a specific way how to drive, especially with the one pedal driving. So yeah, more or less that's it for the electric cars in Bulgaria. In the second part, I will tell you where exactly we went, what exactly we did, at the end, at how many kilometers drive we arrived in Sofia. So yeah, well, see you next time then.